noise, the same old bag of notes. Wouldn't you like something new to rock out with? This is it. See your Oldsmobile here.
Again, here we are. Rocket Radio fans, DrJay here. As always, Mobile Steve, Rocket Report, Rocket Radio, Steven Minore. What's up, bro?
Another one.
Here we are.
Good.
We're on the eve
Feeling good.
of the eve of you flying out down south, getting away from this stupid Connecticut snow we had again today. Where are you going?
Palm Beach.
Barrett. Barrett Jackson.
Hell yeah.
That's this weekend. Wow.
Yes.
April 12th to the 15th. You're leaving when now?
Thursday night late, and then we'll head up there Friday. And
Any
be there
cars of
Saturday.
interest? You know, I'm going to talk about some cars. I did some
Yeah,
notes.
yeah,
I did some
there's-
research. I was going down the Barrett Jackson docket, and there's a handful that I'm going to throw up some questions about some
We're gonna
cars.
talk about a couple of the
I
gems.
want to talk to you about a couple of the gems, some of the wording in there, and I don't know if we're going to get you in trouble or whatever, but you know what? Sometimes
trouble.
You got to call it like it is sometimes.
We're gonna decipher. We're gonna decipher a little bit what's
All right,
there.
we're gonna have a little fun. We're
Sure
gonna
we
show
are.
what the Rocket Report's all about. So last time we left off, and we were gonna talk about, and I'm sure you forgot. We were gonna see if you had a question for the late Dale Smith.
Oh, God.
And you totally forgot, didn't you?
I did.
You did.
I did.
All right,
I
so we're gonna throw
honestly
that in
did.
episode 4 when we have our first call-in special guest. Who's that gonna be?
That's gonna be Stefano Bimbi.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna have him on from
Nicky
Nicky
Performance?
Chicago.
Yep.
Nicky Performance out of Chicago. We're gonna have him on.
And what are we gonna talk about? Tell the folks what I got to work on and what they're gonna hear.
We're gonna get Stefano's gist on how we met and how things, came to where we are today, and how
See what
things
he's
have
hunting for in the future.
Yep.
Yeah, because
And
I'm
what-
sure he's looking for something. He's always looking.
He always looks.
Always
He's got a good eye for Olses. He really does.
Olses?
Obviously, if
Olses.
he didn't, then we wouldn't be here.
We
wouldn't be
here.
talking.
You wouldn't have got
about
that
it.
little swift kick in the ass and say, you
Roll
know
the
what? That's
carpet.
a great idea.
Yeah, thanks.
There you go. So what else did we talk about in episode 1? Hopefully, everyone out there in Rocket Radio world,
Yes.
we made hint, and you couldn't talk about it. One of the first times I had met you was at Lebanon Valley Dragway, and you were racing the gold car, and we talked about a little story about this.
Right.
That something was coming up with your gold car. We couldn't talk about it, but you and we had a couple phone calls today, back and forth.
Correct.
Finally got
Correct.
you here. And why were you late to the DrJay studios tonight?
Because the boys from Gardner Customs and Restorations in Florida made the 24-hour trip up here to get some lagging materials they needed from my car, a 69 Cutlass, and a 71 442 that they're restoring.
Who are the boys? Give them a shout.
Mr. Ken and Frank.
That's all. We're just calling them Ken and Frank.
Ken and Frank.
Ken and Frank.
Those are the guys that make
Where'd they
Gardner
come up from?
Customs. Bradenton, Florida.
Wow.
They left yesterday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And they just came up here
And
and did
they
what?
got to my house about 3:30 in the afternoon, started loading,
Loading
and they
what?
left at parts.
Oh, okay. So we have to still leave out some stuff.
Well, parts for my car that they couldn't get the first time, and Barbara was opening the door saying, "Take anything you want." She was happy to see a lot of the parts leaving. So am I.
So this is it. It's starting. We're gonna get this thing into a
It's-
roller, and
It's in rolling. It's there.
Why are you so secretive?
To be totally honest with you, it's going to be in Muscle Car Review coming up.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, they're going to
So
start
what are
July,
these guys'
August.
deals? Are these guys well known? I mean,
Gardner-
again, I'm not in that world, so are these like
Gardner-
the go-to
Yeah, I
resto
mean-
guys?
They're up and coming. They met me through an inquiry about a W30 that they bought and really didn't know much about. They hunted the car for a long period of time. It came out of Lansing. It was it's
You
70.
mentioned Lansing a lot, but I have that written down. We're gonna talk about that in tech.
W30ville,
We're
man.
gonna talk
They
about
only
that in
built
Tech Talk today.
W30s in Lansing.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay.
Lansing, Michigan. Anyway, this car spent his whole life in Lansing, Michigan. It got raced. It was a street fighter around there, and a lot of people knew it. But so long story short, they bought the car. They contacted me. We hit it off real well. They wanted a rocket report. They wanted to go through the whole car, and they ended up doing the restoration. Like halfway through the restoration, I start talking about McCacken. And for people that doesn't know what McCacken is, it's the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals that happens every November, a week before Thanksgiving. And it's one of the biggest and probably the best muscle car shows in the world as far as I'm concerned.
November in Chicago.
Yeah, a week before Thanksgiving.
That's crazy.
Yeah, snow, whatever.
The whole deal.
Yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. Bob Ashton runs the whole deal. He's a great guy, and we will have him on. Trust me.
Really?
Already ran it by him.
You're lining him up.
He's ready to go, man. So anyway, halfway through this restoration of this car, and they wanted me to consult the restoration. Okay, and then one day I was down there doing some final inspections with them. I was talking about McCacken, and they said, "Well, can we bring the car?" I said, "You got to register the car." So they registered the car, and then now we're like full board. Oh my God, we got to do this perfect, and they weren't going to do the car any different. It was just the difference of now we had a timeline. Now we had a deadline to get it done.
Right.
Before it was like
BS in it.
Yeah, look, the third week it's got to go. It's got to go.
We're allowed to swear on Rocket Radio.
I mean, it's
shit or get off the pot.
That's right.
Yeah.
We were behind
the 8 ball.
Yeah.
Is
that what it is?
That.
Yeah, 8 ball. Anyway, so they brought the car there, and they did very well. They did very well. They got gold, and they won the best Oldsmobile in the whole show.
Huge.
Very huge for them. And they didn't expect that at all. They were just going to, we did this car with the help of Steve, and, we were just there having fun. They were very humbled.
And now they got all your stuff.
And now
in
they've been
boxes.
after me ever since then. Once they found out I owned this W31, they were after me to say, hey, look, we want your car. We got to make it happen. I said, all right. I said, look, I don't have a checkbook that I can just write things. And, I'm not a really wealthy guy. And I don't want to make it sound like, I'm a poor guy. But, I don't have this big savings account, So then I don't want people to feel that I don't know what the word I'm looking for. I don't want them to feel sorry for me or anything like that. I'm a normal guy. I just want to get the car done. They're willing to work with me and do all kinds of stuff, and I've got other jobs I'm consulting for them. So the thing is with them guys, they're true car guys. They're not just guys, we own a restoration shop, pay me $100 an hour. I don't give a shit whether I'm doing bolts or cleaning windows or painting parts.
Lunch.
They're into the car. They're into the car. They love this car. They love it. And they've been making pretty good progress in a couple months. I'll tell you right now, 2 or 3 months, they're making good progress. We've pretty much got a rolling chassis.
Oh, so eventually when we
shell
start
is-
adding video to this Rocket
yeah.
Radio,
Yep, we're
maybe
going to
we
be able
can
to show some
a
of that.
little
Yeah,
60-second
we've got
recap every week.
Yeah, a little bit we could try, but, because Muscle Car Review is involved in it.
It's got to
and
be
plus,
on the hush until
this
they...
car is going to be getting unveiled at McCacken in November, so that means nobody sees
You're
it.
under the gun. You
Yeah.
got 6 months.
Yeah.
Not even.
I forget how many weeks.
Not even 6 months. How many is that? We got April, May, June, July, August.
Yeah, all right.
September, October,
Easy.
November.
Yeah, you got some months.
Yeah. So
But
what's
it's
that?
still not a lot
70
of time.
months.
It's not a lot of time.
No, it's not.
Because they're doing other jobs. They're doing my car. So, it's really a dream come true for me. I really never expected my car to get restored like this in this scenario.
This is not like
in the
you
magazine
putting it together, having a cool car around the street.
No,
this
it's
is
like-
going to be something that people like, wow.
Yeah, people are going to recognize it of the car that I used to drive around and go to all the local cruise nights and car shows around
All right,
here.
I'm going to put you on the spot. You going to sell it?
No, absolutely never.
See,
No.
I'm going to take that. I'm going to leave
Nope.
you right there.
Nope.
Never going to sell that car.
No.
How long have you had that car?
93.
I'm not even going to make a joke about when I graduated, but it was around that time. So you've had that car for a long, long time. So we're going to skip around tonight, and we're going to move Tech Talk down, but we're going to do a little DrJay, Mobile Steve Minore, Barrett Jackson prediction party right here. Are you ready
All
for
right.
this?
Whatever
We're going to
you got-
run down some lot
Whatever
numbers.
you want to throw at me. Whatever
and I'm
you
gonna
want to
get
throw.
this one online as soon as I can so folks can check this out
Yeah.
before Friday and
Yep,
Saturday's
so they can
dockets.
watch. So they can watch and
So
see how
we're
close.
we're gonna put Steve's nuts in a pinch, in a vice, under the gun. I want
You
some
fucking assholes
I
right
want
here.
some predictions.
All right.
You down for this?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'll take
awesome.
a stab. I'll take a stab.
All right, here we go. The other day I was looking up, and there's maybe you can tell me why this happens. There was a lot number I was looking up. Maybe some other folks caught it. It was lot 49. It's not on the docket anymore.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask you about this one. I don't know if it was a side deal, and I know Barrett wants their money no matter what. Barrett Jackson wants their money.
You're locked.
If someone wants a parking lot deal, because this one was going to be on the Thursday docket, and folks and fans that are of Barrett Jackson know that Thursday's not the big dollar stuff.
It's a light
day. So there was one out there. It was lot 49. It was a 70 Olds Cutlass Supreme convertible.
Okay.
And the description said, upgraded 455, 390 horse, W31 period correct engine.
Oh, boy.
In one word, what would you call that car?
The first one that comes to mind or the second one? It's going to have to be the second one.
All right, give me the second word.
Abomination. I hate doing that. I don't like dissing people's cars. I really don't like to do that.
All right, so fine. You know what? We'll let the abomination because it is. It's a cobble job.
455 with a W31. I mean,
okay, what's wrong with the whole picture here?
Listen, if they said that it was a 350 upgraded to W31,
right now because Steve's face is smiles so big and he's red, he's laughing. Go ahead, go. What is wrong with that?
If they just changed if they didn't put a 455 in it, they just put 350 upgraded to W31 specs, that would be a little bit more acceptable in the Oldsmobile world.
Right. So it wouldn't be like I'm trying to screw you with my wording. The car is what it is. Why?
I don't know. They put W31. First of all, they never made a W31 per se in a convertible. There's some speculations that there was some that were made in '69. I think there was I think they made 26 convertible W31s in 1969, and I think one is pretty close to getting rescued. Forgive me, Thomas. I don't remember if you're in Michigan or Ohio, but there's a car out there supposedly believed to be one of the 26 69 W31 convertibles ever produced. Wow. So that's another story.
Abomination.
That's not an abomination. That's a unicorn.
All right. I'm going to skip down because there's a special one in here that I'm going to put down at the bottom of the list. But anyone that's checking the docket and the specials that Barrett Jackson has had on Velocity for the promos and whatnot. Keep talking about the big collection of John Staluppi.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He has like 100 cars on the docket.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars he's got for sale.
And he does have lot 674. This is on Saturday, folks. This is a 72 442 W30 convertible, bamboo, black interior, automatic. Do you know the car?
Never saw it, and to be honest, I was trying to do a little research on some of the people that I know are in that realm, and nobody recognizes the car.
So he's probably had this one in his museum for a while, and it just disappeared.
I tried looking at other Barrett Jacksons to see where he might have bought it through Barrett Jackson, because most of the cars you can dig and go find out, okay, well, he bought that car in 2008 at Barrett Jackson in Las Vegas, or he bought this here, he bought that there for this much. So
or someone bought, a different one in 2013 that I was told I'm not allowed to talk about tonight.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We're going to get to that one. Not tonight.
Not tonight.
We're going to make a show just on that kind of stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
That's not an abomination. That's
misrepresentation.
Okay. Maybe some folks can read through the lines about that.
We're not talking 442 W31 stuff either.
No. All right. So, So I got my pad and pen out.
All right.
So this is Saturday. That's feature time. That's when the good stuff's rolling. That's when the alcohol is blowing and the dollars are flowing. Give me a prediction. 72 442 W30 convertible, bamboo, black.
Can I give you a range? Can I give you a range?
Give me a range within 20 grand.
Boom, 100.
You're saying right at 100.
So that gives me 80 and 120.
So I'm going to give you 80 to 120. You know what? I'm going to have to slim down my little thing. So 80 to 120, but Steve
it all
says
depends.
100.
But, the thing is, okay, let's say I go look at that car, get under there, and it doesn't have the original tranny.
From what you see in its description right now without going under.
Now, is that a short description you got there, or you don't have the full description?
I don't have the full description. We can pull it up.
I mean,
we can
look at the description on this
We're getting
car.
high tech tonight. We're going to pull up the tablet. We're going to look up lot 674.
And I'm going to read the description.
All right, you do
Maybe
that.
it takes a little long to find it, but I'm going to find the thing, and I'm going to read it. And I'm going to tell you, based on reading it, and I honestly, I haven't read this for a while because I've been on the hunt for this car for a little bit, and I've been doing a little bit more research. What number is it?
I don't know. Why don't you talk into the microphone?
All right. What number is it?
We're looking for 674.
674.
Yeah. Do you want me to pull that down for you?
Here we go.
Oh, you got it.
All right.
Yeah, pull that down so you can look at the tab.
All right.
There you go.
I can see it.
All right,
I
674.
can't see it, but I can't see it.
So what's the description?
Matching numbers, fully restored, all original panels, one of 113 produced, very few miles since completion of the 5-year restoration, 455 8-cylinder engine and automatic transmission from the Staluppi collection. Now, that doesn't tell me too much, but it says numbers matching, all original panels. Not a lot of people put in their ads for that kind of stuff if it's got original panels. That kind of means something if you're looking at a 70 because of the fenders.
Right. Oh, yeah.
They got the ripples in the fenders.
You
71,
mentioned
72 got the crumple zones in the fenders. 70 had the flat ridge fenders. So that wording may be well versed to put in the 70 ad, not a 72. Does it give the VIN number of this car? Here we go.
I know you're blind.
All right. So is the VIN number here? Yeah, it is. So that tells me it's a real W30 because it got an X in the VIN code.
Okay.
All right. So that's what perked my client's interest, the X. So it's a real W30. Whether or not it has the original block, whether or not it has the original carburetor, distributor, automatic transmission.
When they say numbers matching, I mean, numbers matching is supposed to be VIN, motor, tranny. Numbers matching. Can numbers matching still mean decoded in their verbiage?
Not really, but one of the things with my Rocket Report is like, okay, it's numbers matching. And we talked about this in other episodes. Is it an authentic stamping? It could be the numbers matching motor.
I can look the right font, the right broach, the pick, everything.
Yeah, everything. And you can't
Listen
go on
to
there.
me using the terms
Yes, that's crazy, man.
I'm getting there.
Jesus. You're going to be going with me on authentication soon. Anyway, back to the tranny.
Yes.
So, driver's side, it's right above the shifter linkage, this flat area. Where
Common knowledge. We mentioned
it's common, but not really, but it is.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I get you.
So the only way to really see that is you got to wipe it clean, and you really can't see it unless you have a optical scope like me.
It's in a weird spot if it's in the car.
I lay under the car, I put the scope under there, I could see it on my phone, boom, 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 and I can, boom, take a picture of it, and then I can come out from underneath the car and look at it and say, okay, and then, oh, I'm sorry, let me pull up my Dropbox and pull that out and pull out some other authentic OW transmission VIN stampings on there and compare it right there, right on the show floor.
So when it's on the ramp, it's 2 cars back, you know right.
No way, I'm done.
You're telling your buyer,
you can't.
Step off.
Well, you know.
If they want the car, they want the car. You can only advise.
Right. But we know way before it goes on the block whether we're going to be interested in buying it. Because let's say we go look at that car. I'm going to tell you right now. We go look at that car and it doesn't have the original block in it. We're not buying it.
Simple as that.
Maybe, maybe not. You know, it's a 72 W30 convertible. It's a very limited production. So he may take that into consideration, but it won't be top dollar.
I thought it was going to be in that 100 range. I think the car is an $85,000 car.
Yeah.
But I think the name's Staluppi, and they're going to drive his name and his collection hard this weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
That's going to drive the dollars up.
And Staluppi, you know, I never met the guy, and I really hope to meet him.
Looks insane.
Oh, yeah.
The promos
I would love to see the museum, but I want to meet him. I want to talk to him about the cars. I do that as well. Like, if there's something that my buddy's interested in. I mean, for instance, we went to Kissimmee a couple years ago, and there was a...
Sorry, Florida people, if we said that incorrectly.
Kissimmee, right? Is that how you say it? Kissimmee?
Yeah, sure.
Some people
You got to drive through Oklahoma to get to Kissimmee.
Hey, forget it. You can have that one. Anyway, so there was a 72 W30 there. Survivor. Was green.
Where was this?
2 years ago.
This is a Meekum?
Yeah, Meekum. And it was part of a guy's collection. Part of the whole deal of knowing the car is to talk to the previous owner. Get a little insight from him. Because some of these guys really, they want to know where the car is going to go. Not that they really have a choice when they bring it to auction, but I found going to look at private cars, and they kind of know where it's going, to a really private collector, that somebody's going to take care of it. It's not going to go to a flipper, or, you know what I mean? These are all factors in... You know, some of these guys don't want to sell the car. But again, I'm getting off the subject here. When you're at the auction, they really don't have a choice of where the car is going. There's been many times where I've inquired about a car at the auction and we didn't get it. But I still talk to the guy and I know, you know, and then you see him come up down the road or somebody bought it and flipped it or something like that. So there's been many instances. I don't even really want to talk about this.
Then we won't. All right, moving on.
I'm not going to talk about
it. For you.
Get out. Get me out.
All right, I'm getting you out. So there's another one. All right, so take that little modern tablet of technology there.
What's
I'm going
next?
to move you down to also on Saturday, it's lot 686.1. And you may not even need the tablet for this one because this one just caught my eye. This is a 68 442 convertible, 400 cubic inch with a 3-speed Ford transmission. That one caught me. I'm like, and it said a factory Ford transmission. And my mind just went. So,
Yeah, that's a freaking
yes, I know
droid.
it's not the W machine thing, but Ford in Oldsmobile?
68 and 69. I know for sure 69. When they put the 3-speed in, I believe that was a choice. I don't know if you could get the Muncie transmission in 3-speed. I would assume yes, but I own Cutlasses with that top loader 3-speed in it. And it said Borg Warner on the side. I'm like, what the hell is this doing in a Cutlass? And then I found the information on it. That particular car had a broadcast card. It was made in Canada, so it had actually a Chevy 12-bolt in the back. It comes with a Chevy 12-bolt. 68 and 69s. Any cars that were made in Canada, 442 or Cutlass or whatever, even Buicks did that. It came with a Chevy 12-bolt. It says it right on the collar tag, made in Canada. And you look under there and you look at the rear end, it's got the big notch in it.
We need some more pictures. We need some pictures. We need people to email. We got a handful of emails last week, and if we got time, we're gonna get to those questions in this week because we want to do the Barrett Jackson
we gotta
preview.
sneak
So
this
we
in
may
before
run
I
out of
leave.
time this week in answering everyone's questions.
We got to
but
sneak this in.
How do they get in touch with you? Tell them.
CASAM Performance, CASAM Performance at sbcglobal.net.
Right. We want your questions. Remember, episode 2, we were talking about the carb dots and that long story. If you didn't hear that, go back, listen to episode 2.
We got some feedback.
You got some private feedback. We want some more pictures.
Yep.
We need some car dots.
And there's no dash in my email address.
So it's CASAM Performance at sbcglobal. Dot what?
Net.
.net. All right, so you got that. So that's Stephen Minore, my buddy right here. Rocket Report, CASAM Performance, Rocket Radio, DrJay, Mobile Steve, Stephen Minore. Next up on the docket, and that Ford training thing, that thing just blows my mind.
It's freaky, ain't it?
All right, so one more. We're going down here. This is also on Saturday, lot 736. We want a prediction. A 1971 442 W30 convertible, one of 32 W30 4-speed convertibles in Saturn Gold Black Gut Automatic.
Very rare car.
Oh.
1 of 32.
We talked about that last time, really, is what is one is why.
Right.
What's the 1 to 32 grouping there?
This is a rare piece. If it's got the broadcast card like it says, and it's got the numbers matching motor and transmission in it, it's going to go more than a 72.
Give me the number.
150.
150. You hear that one? Lot 736.
It's my opinion based on other sales that I've known of.
And the description, of course, not seeing the car.
Yeah, it's just shooting from the hip here.
There,
if that car is what it is and it's got numbers matching and it's got the right carburetor, again, the right carburetor distributor, I'm going to look all that
now,
stuff.
Are you giving me like the Barrett Jackson numbers, or, if that one was private sale, would it still be in that range?
That's Barrett Jackson.
That's a Barrett Jackson
I
number.
think so. It might go more. Who knows?
Hold them to it, folks.
Who knows?
All right, so I was told I'm not allowed to talk about this one, so I'm not going to talk about this one, but it involves something in 2013.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat.
It's all good.
So the big one.
You didn't tell me what it was.
What, the big one? The next one I'm going to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the big one. Oh. Yeah, you're laughing. The big one. Okay, so here it is. This one's on Friday, so we're going back. And this is lot 421 on Friday.
What's this one?
This is the 70 442 W30 Holiday Coupe. Red, black gut, 4-speed, and in the description, it says 2 things that caught my eye.
Oh, boy.
One being a GM Heritage Collection information letter, which I want to ask what that is.
Okay.
And it also says,
let me guess,
Stephen Minore Rocket Report.
Oh, isn't that great?
So you know this one.
I've known about this car for a while. I was kind of involved with it.
Yeah.
To the last Barrett Jackson, where it sold. To Hendrick. Hendrick owns this car.
So we got a little insider here.
Hendrick owns the car. I'm supposed to be meeting those guys and helping them represent the car again.
Oh, excellent.
Here, not here, but in West Palm.
Down south.
A couple days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get introduced to them on Friday, and as a bonus, I've been getting pretty good friends with one of the consigners there. I'm supposed to hopefully, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, to personally meet Craig Jackson.
That would be awesome.
Kind of a handshake just to say, hey, I'm Steve Minore, just so he recognizes my face when I may happen to be up on stage with an Oldsmobile. He did recognize me.
Now, I'm going to stop you right there. Just so you're not going to get like that a little awkward feeling. I'm not going to ask you for a prediction on this car.
Okay.
I don't think that would be fair to you, and you're representing people and whatnot. So just tell me the story of the car. There you go.
The
I
car-
just took the burden off of you because
Yeah,
I'm not going to
thank
drop
you.
a bomb
Thank
on you.
Going to this auction in West Palm, if I get the opportunity to meet Craig Jackson, that would be great. He did, like I said, he did recognize me as being the one who authenticated another Oldsmobile that went through Mohegan last June. I have the authenticator right here. This is the guy over. He didn't say my name, but I have to say that Barrett Jackson from the beginning, and to be totally honest with you, the car we're talking about right now, that's the first car that went through Barrett Jackson that they mentioned my name on, ever. That's cool. That car went through Vegas a couple years ago, and that's the first time that Barrett Jackson read my name. Not Craig Jackson, but whoever's announcing. Rocket Report by Steve Minore, and that was pretty cool. That was a milestone right there.
So make sure you get some pictures for us of this.
Yeah,
one.
this is a cool car. This is a numbers matching
Legit
car. Well, this car does not have a broadcast card.
So this is an early.
It's
Or
no.
it's gone.
This is a hard top. Every hard top had a broadcast card with W30 on it. The only thing that we know, I say we, it's kind of an urban legend that any 70 W30 convertible, whether it was automatic or stick, on the broadcast card, and if it was built in 1969, did not have W30 on the broadcast card. Hence, Frank's car does not have it.
See, I have that in Tech Talk tonight just in case.
Right.
I was gonna throw you on this one. That whole early, late, on the card, not on the card, and
It's a shame.
I even wrote down urban legend.
Wow.
So I've been doing my research.
Okay, good.
So maybe
Gonna
we'll have
get
to
you-
save that one because we're not running out of time. But I still want to get
Right.
into
No,
some other stuff.
I got you.
But
So,
yeah, Frank's car.
right.
Quick
So-
recap. Why Frank's car? Blue, 70 convertible.
Second owner since 1971. One repaint, one engine rebuild, one tranny rebuild.
And what's the broadcast card deal with that car?
The car was built in November of 69, and I pulled the broadcast card out of that seat 15 years ago, and
Bam.
it did not say it.
All right, back to the red car.
All right. The red car, it's a total numbers matching car. It doesn't have a broadcast card. But in my database, I have another legitimate documented broadcast card car, 70W34 speed. The trannies have the same Julian date. The carburetors and distributor, the heads, everything that has the same Julian date as the legitimate W30. So in this particular case, I do a rocket report. I don't authenticate the car as being a W30. They have it in there saying I authenticated being a numbers matching car, which it is. It is a legitimate stamped to block. It's a legitimate numbers matching stamped M20 Ren transmission. Both have the VIN numbers perfect. It's definitely a numbers matching 442. And I believe it's a real W30. I honestly do. So in this particular case, I write an opinion letter. It's not a rocket report. You still get the rocket report, but you don't get the certification that says this car is one of blah, 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 whatever. This car could be a W30. Without GM paperwork, we'll never know. If it happens to come up in the future and somebody finds the original paperwork, then I can certify and authenticate it as being a real W30 built.
So they're not misrepresenting the car.
No, they worded that perfect. I like the way they worded that, and they've had it worded like that since Vegas.
So they're not using legalese, or that's the way to say it, and people will know.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Somebody that's after that car. Anybody that's hunting after a W30, they want to know, does it have a broadcast card? That's the first question on everybody's mouth. I know some guys that will buy W30s without that. Automatic, I can authenticate and certify an automatic without a broadcast card. Because if it's got the original OW tranny in it with a legitimate tag and a legitimate factory stamping VIN number that matches the car, then I will certify it. So this car, I really believe. I talked to the guy in California that fooled around with the car. It had the original wheel wells in it. Right now, it's got aftermarket wheel wells in it. I know what the car sold for in Vegas. I know what it sold for at Mohegan. I hope that the Hendrick boys do well with it. I know they have it advertised for $99,000. Do I think they're going to get $99,000? You never know.
That's right. See, right? Non-committal from Stephen Minore.
Does my name add value? I really don't think it adds any value to these Oldsmobiles right now. It's just too early yet. I mean, my name is getting out there. I would say in 5 years, maybe. I don't know. I think it's, everybody that I talk to that after I do the report, they love it. They utilize it. It's all the data for the car in one spot. So whether or not they're getting the car appraised to have it insured by Haggerty or they're going to sell it down the road, or they need whatever it is. It's got so many different uses. Everybody that has it loves it, and a lot of people say, "Well, I know it's real. I don't need you to come do it."
Yeah, we had the whole thing where people want to challenge you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm always going to have that. But look, you're never going to take the passion away from me. You're not going to beat my passion. That's it.
I could insert so many dirty jokes right there, but I'm not going to. So Barrett Jackson this weekend, Steve Minore is flying out.
Yes, I am.
April 12th to the
I
15th. You're going to be down there.
I'm getting in Thursday, and I'll be at the auction Friday, Saturday, even though it goes on Sunday, too.
Yeah.
I'm out of there.
I went to the Mohegan one 2 years ago. And
2 days.
You,
well, 3 days.
Man,
you get burned out.
Your friends hooked us up, and what an experience
we had a great
I had.
time.
Private catered
box.
skybox, the
In
whole
sky
deal.
box. Thanks, Paul.
I was okay.
Thank you, Paul.
There you go. I got to borrow a bidder's pass, all access pass.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm going to get anyone in trouble for that, but it's okay.
Nah, it's all right.
We were on stage. We were under the parking garage. We were walking
everywhere.
in the prep area.
Yeah.
We met Richard Rawlings. If you're
That
gonna,
was a fun night.
oh, we'll have to put those pictures up because that was crazy.
that was a fun night. That was, those are the best kind of nights where it's kind of spontaneous. Let's go, and then all of a sudden here comes the magic tickets.
But
that was
man,
great.
that was the way to do it.
Yeah, we kind of got spoiled because
you did. The bar was set, and I haven't been back since because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to sit like a schmo on the floor.
I know, but you know what? Every time I go now, I barely sit.
We're going to have that special tag with the lanyards that say Stephen Minore's Rocket Report lanyards. And we're going to be walking around like kings. Hey, how you doing? I'm Steve Minore. Hey, how you doing? I'm Steve Minore. Hey, Richard Rawlings. How are you? I'm Steve Minore. Hey, how you doing? So that's it. That's my Barrett Jackson recap and prediction from Stephen. If anyone wants to dispute that, this one's going to go online quick. I'm going to have this one up in a day. So if anyone wants to...
Before I leave.
We're going to get up there. So if anyone wants to... We're not going to say challenge, but if anyone wants to put in maybe their predictions...
Or they want me to look at a car for
Or they want to look at a car. You got something down there.
Just
get in touch with
it.
Steve.
Whatever.
Say the email the correct way this time.
Yeah. CASAM performance at sbcglobal.net.
There we go. So that's it for our Barrett Jackson recap. We're going to get into a quick tech talk tonight. Not going to be long, drawn out, because we talked about a lot of things. And then, of course, we get down and we close it out every week with the Burnout Box.
Rip it up.
You freaking kill me. Rip it up. All right, so tech talk tonight going to be super quick. In the Mopar world, it's a huge, huge deal. We have a couple guys out there. One off the top of my head is a guy named Steve Giuliano, who is like the keeper of everything NOS. I mean, this guy was, the new old stock, for anyone that doesn't know what NOS is, just found everything. There was a story in Mopar Collector's Guide that he stumbled upon this just crates and crates and crates of original brown packaging, Mopar boxes, just everything, bolts, taillights, resistors, gauges, buttons, just all this crazy NOS stuff. Is that a big thing in the W machine world?
There's one gentleman that comes to mind that's always been king of the Oldsmobile world as far as the NOS stuff, and it's Ron Memmer. I'm gonna just mention that. Everybody knows who Ron Memmer is. He's got probably the biggest collection of NOS 442 W30 W31 parts on the planet. He's got an aircraft hangar. He's got loads. I mean, absolutely loads. I can call him up and ask him, do you have this part NOS? And he'll say, yeah, but you're going to pay the premium. And I can call him up tonight and say, I need an NOS W31 balancer, I need an NOS W31 intake, and I need W31 emblems. You got them? Yeah.
And whatever it costs.
Whatever it costs, it costs.
That's
right.
It.
He's got mega amounts of NOS stuff.
Is he easy to get in touch with?
He is.
Do you want people to go through you maybe if they're looking for something?
You can reach out to me, but it's Ron's Classicals. I know he's on eBay. I know he sells a little bit on eBay, and he's always at the Oldsmobile National event.
So if someone out there is looking for it, maybe get in touch with Steve. You'll do parts hunting. You'll do some locating, right?
Yeah, and that's how I got started with a little bit.
So you'll go find that part. You'll authenticate the part.
Or I'll buy a Cutlass years ago and part it out and sell the parts off it, and people come back. Yeah, Sanford and Son, baby. That's right. Still got too many damn parts, but that's all right.
No, they're all boxed up, and they're going with...
Oh, yeah. I still got a lot left, dude.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, man. Trust me. She was like, good.
Keep
go.
it going, right?
Get it all out. Get it out. Make room.
So so if there was something that was NOS, and I'm always going to talk about the Mopar world to compare. One of the biggest NOS items out there that I saw. I used to go to Carlisle, Chrysler Nationals.
I never been to
for
Carlisle.
like 10 years for the Chrysler Nationals.
I never been.
We need to go to the GM Nationals for you and
I
go see.
know.
But the Chrysler Nationals, probably 5 or 6 years ago, there was a pair that sold, and I'll give you the dollar amount at the end of the story. 71 CUDA fenders. These are the Guild fenders on the CUDA.
Ooh.
71 NOS sold for $12,000.
Wow.
That blew my mind.
Yeah. That's
Is there any? Have you seen something that's just ridiculous? You talk about the distributors. You talk about the carburetors being big bucks. What's the biggest dollar NOS item you've ever seen?
Rammer hood. Just saw one the other day. $6,000.
Sold or for sale?
For sale. It was a 71. It was a 71, 72 style. Looked a little rough. But I've seen them in boxes at national events. Ron Memmer had them.
The fender thing blew my mind. This is a big piece of steel.
I'm just trying to think of what the most expensive NOS part would be for an Oldsmobile. And what comes to mind now, I think, would be probably like a 66 or 67 NOS Ram air cleaner, chrome, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff is, you're not going to buy an NOS tranny. If you do, it ain't going to be no $10,000. There is one item that's very expensive for these Oldsmobiles, and they're very limited production, as we know. We've talked about it before, is the W27 rear end. 10 to 15,000 used. I couldn't even imagine what an NOS one cost.
Now, what would that have? That would have been an order item on a W.
You could only get the W27 option on a W30, an SX, and a W31 in 1970. Now, somebody did come up with some information that showed a W27 actually factory installed in a Rally 350. That all yellow 1970 colors, painted bumpers and everything. Like
2-lane blacktop car. That one? Was that a
no,
Rally?
that wasn't a Rally, I don't think. I don't think a Rally's ever been in a movie. It was in that. There was a Rally in one movie. I'm trying to remember the name of the producer. It was made out of. It was in Long Island. It probably was 25 years ago.
Yeah, that wasn't a Rally. That was a Judge. My bad.
No.
No, in
Right.
2-lane blacktop
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
Judge.
that was a Judge. There was Spike Lee did a movie back like 25 years ago, based out of Long Island, and it had Kevin Tennyson's.
Was it Do the Right Thing?
I'm trying to remember
With Mookie and the Pizza Place.
It had a
and Danny
Monte
Aiello.
It had a Monte Carlo. No, there was another. Okay, I'm thinking of something else. All right, so back to the show. Back to the movie. Quick. I know we're getting off track here.
It's okay.
Kevin Tennyson's 7442, the black one and gold, Emilio's car, was in this movie, parked on the side of the street.
The popcorn machine motor car.
No, that's another one.
Okay, sorry.
This was the black and gold car, all right, with that funky license plate in the front.
Oh, yeah,
Emilio's
the one
got
the picture
poster,
of the story. Yeah.
Blah. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was in a Spike Lee movie. And I think behind it was a Rally. But to be honest with you, I think I'm getting my movies mixed up. The name of the movie was Boys in the Hood, and it was a scene where they were driving up to a house, and there was a Monte Carlo, and there was a Rally 350 sitting behind it on the street. That's where I'm trying to think out. I know there was a Rally 3 movie.
Well, Boys in the Hood was Ice Cube and Lawrence Fishburne, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yes.
That was L.A. and Compton. That was yeah.
I believe there was a Rally
was
350 parked in the street in that movie behind the Monte Carlo.
We're going to have to look that up because there's an awesome website, by the way, and this is just off the top of my head because you're talking about this. If anyone wants to learn about like actors or movies, there's the Internet Movie Database, IMDb. There is a car one. It's called the Internet Movie Car Database, IMCDB.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I don't know how I was looking this. I commented on a bunch of cars and movies like 10 years ago, and I stumbled upon these old posts today. I was looking for something else, and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about this website. It's awesome. You can type in any manufacturer, any year, car, make, model, movie, and it'll tell you the car is in there, and you can comment and correct people. So Internet Movie Car Database, we'll look that up. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Because that is badass.
I want to know the name of those two movies. I think it wasn't one of them was Boys in the Hood, but I want to know the Spike Lee movie. I definitely want to know.
Well, no, maybe before we get to the burnout box, I'll have to pull this up and look it up.
So we can get that name of that movie.
All right, so go ahead. So W27, aluminum rear.
Yeah, most expensive. Yeah.
Have you ever seen an NOS W27 rear? I mean, what's
Friend
the
of mine-
craziest NOS? Not even dollar-wise. What is it like? How the hell is this an NOS item? What's crazy that you've seen?
A roof to a hardtop.
Oh,
I saw a roof skin NOS.
For what?
70 to 72 Cutlass. Probably
Really?
the same for 68 to 72.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NOS roof.
I don't even know what it costs, but going into Olds Nationals, you just see all this kind of NOS stuff. W30 intakes, W31 intakes. Crazy.
And you're just sitting there taking pictures and just
Yeah,
like,
I got the pictures. Yeah, it's great. What do you think? It was a gi. It was a gi taking pictures.
Oh, I was thinking about the burnout box in the back of my head because I don't have much to talk about at Tech Talk tonight.
It's all right.
This is the Barrett Jackson special.
It is.
And when are you coming back? Are you staying down like you did last time for another couple days? You got to come back up?
No, I got to be back for
We're
work
jumping all
Monday.
over tonight.
I'll be
Rocket
back for-
Radio.
Yeah,
and Steve Minore.
jump around.
We're going to have a little bit of fun tonight.
Little spaces in between the power shifts.
Oh,
Come
you don't know how to
on.
shift to 4-speed.
Oh, there's
What?
only one person that knows how to shift the 4-speed in
Who's
this
that?
town. That's Emilio Giano.
Oh, and what did he? You know what? Where is he tonight?
He's hanging pictures.
Oh, we won't get it. Oh, he's got the honeydew list tonight. Oh, we just totally threw him under the bus. He's
Sorry,
gonna
Emil.
kick my
Sorry,
ass when
brother.
he hears this episode.
Yeah. That
Because we
means you'll-
talked about in episode 2,
Yeah.
we wanted to introduce, street stories with Steve, and definitely we're going to bring Emilio in for that. So,
we've got so many avenues to cover.
but
We're
we
gonna
had
be
to
doing
get the
a lot.
Barrett Jackson
Yeah, we
special
gotta get
in
this in. We
on
gotta get this
episode
in.
3 right here,
Definitely.
Rocket Radio. DrJay, Mole Steve Minore, Rocket Report, Rocket Radio, Cassian Performance.
Yep.
Email.
CASAM Performance. CASAM Performance at sbcglobal.net.
So you ready? You know what's coming.
I know.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You
I'm
sure?
ready to dump the clutch.
Oh, you're killing me. Let me
Go ahead, try to whoop
let me
that
put
thing.
this cupcake in my mouth for the burnout box.
Do it.
So my wife made cupcakes tonight. And I'm gonna eat this right in front of Stevie
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm going to have one on my way out. Don't worry.
All right, so burnout box tonight. If burnout box
Backs.
tonight, you said box. We're kind of giddy tonight. We're having fun tonight.
Yeah,
Tonight's
that's a good
super
night.
low
This is
key. We're
fun.
having
This
some
is
fun.
This is fun.
The burnout box, for folks that have not checked out prior episodes, is where I come up with 2, maybe 3 random questions. Steve gives me the first thought that comes to his mind. These are not prepped. He has no idea what I'm talking about. He's yawning. Why are you yawning?
Tired, man.
Oh, stop it.
Tired.
Burnout box tonight. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So the first one's going to be semi-Oldsmobile related. Sometimes it's car related. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's not. Movie, person, place, thing, whatever. You ready?
Yeah,
You sure?
I'm ready.
Dump the
Do
clutch?
it. Yeah, dump it.
All
Dump
right.
it.
His and hers shifter or lightning rods?
His and hers.
Why?
Something that came in at 70 to 72.
Yeah, let's see.
The lightning rods are a little, newer.
Yeah.
I haven't driven many of those cars.
Warren
Not
Johnson,
that I don't
baby.
like 'em.
Warren
Yeah.
Johnson
Yeah.
with the lightning rods. That's why I wanted to throw that one in there.
Yeah.
That's when Pro Stock was badass, man.
Reaching for them levers, man.
Oh.
Reaching for those levers.
So super quick tonight.
Absolutely.
All right, this is going to be the long one. Because
Okay.
the last one's going to be kind of a story time. I
Yeah,
know
all
it's
right.
not going to be quick.
Okay.
You have a 6-car garage. You have an unlimited disposable income. Doesn't have to be Oldsmobile related. 6 cars. Fill the garage.
Oh, boy. Some kind of drag car, Oldsmobile, whether it's a vintage Warren Johnson car or something that was raced back in the 70s, a W31 4-speed. Most of the cars will be 4-speed. This is tough. 6 cars.
6. This one came from the old lady.
Oh, man, Joy,
So
you're killing me.
You can blame her. While I'm numbing on this cupcake. That's 2 cars. I'll give you 2 now.
All right, the 72 Cutlass Supreme I had when I was younger. The first Olds I owned.
All right. I thought you would have gone a little bit more exotic here, but go ahead.
No, exotic. Yeah, okay. Maybe a
Give
Ferrari.
me one exotic.
A Ferrari.
Specific?
Red.
You know,
Fast.
Okay. We're like, what, Magnum PI Ferrari? What are we
No,
talking
no,
about?
no. Something new, something round, something
Yeah.
that's a bullet.
Yeah. F40. Not into that one.
I don't know. Something. I don't know. I'd have to.
All right.
I'm
give
not
me-
really
give-
up on the
give me
Ferraris, but I
something
would.
non-Oldsmobile pre-war.
Oh man.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Maybe a Rio truck.
Uh,
I don't know when they made it.
You're
But or
killing
a
me.
Model T or something. I don't know. Maybe something like that.
street rod, maybe?
Yeah, no. I don't like.
You're not into that.
Nah, I think I'm more into stock stuff now. I don't know why.
Yeah. All right, so you're down to 4. So you need 2 more. Give me a Mopar.
Dart stick.
Yeah?
68.9.
All right. So that would be like a GSS.
Got that funky hood with the
Yeah.
the two.
That
looks
would be
like
a
68.
69. It will be a 69.
Looks like a 60. What's that Camaro that has 60? No, not a Camaro. A Chevelle. It's got the kind of like same strip on the hood.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
67,
about.
66.
Sure.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. One more. Do I have to like feed you something? Motorcycle? Boat?
It's a tough call for me.
6-car garage.
I
man.
mean, I'm thinking maybe Palmieri's W30 if you want to get
no,
nostalgia,
okay.
something like
I'm
that.
going to stop you right there because we all know where that car is going to end up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you never know, but I would like for it to go that way.
Right.
Whenever that day
That's
is.
a good transition into my last one because while we're parking the Rocket Radio on my YouTube channel, DrJay with the number 0, DrJay 0, until we find a
We got to do video, man.
We're going to talk about that video, and that was I was watching that the other day. Scroll down my video page for a bunch of uploads, and there's a video there which we are 2 months away from the 10th anniversary of Englishtown's Pinks All Out.
Oh, no.
It's been 10 years.
Wow.
So the final question tonight, Burnout Box.
Oh, boy.
Pinks All Out Englishtown.
What a day.
For folks that don't scroll down and watch that video, watch
need to watch
my
that video,
recap
man.
video. One of the, I will pat myself on the back for that one.
That was
That was
amazing job.
3
Amazing.
days. You don't even have to be a fan of racing or a fan of the show to watch what I did with that video in a 7-minute package.
Yeah.
You will be on the edge of your seat just in this drama.
It was a cool day that was totally unexpected, and when I showed up with Jack, we were just kind of there. Oh, yeah, let's check out Pinks All Out, and the boys from North Haven are there, and a couple other guys that we knew were racing, and then all of a sudden, as we're getting towards the end of the day, it's like, whoa, there's a couple people we know that are like.
And I was on the
500 cars here,
I was
man.
on the crew of one of those cars. It was 454 cars, by the way.
Oh man!
And one of the cars that I was involved with,
What was that?
my brother-in-law,
Oh, wow,
made it
yeah.
to the final 16.
Yes. I thought you were kind of like
Your
going in
blood
another
brother,
direction.
my brother-in-law,
Oh,
Mr. Emilio Giano.
And he told me, like a week after that, he goes, "No, dude, I went there and I really wanted to win the thing. That's what I had in my mind all day long."
Couldn't believe it.
And just, when there was 16 cars left, I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
And that was just enough to get into the 16. That was sick.
I mean, you're going to be
That
on
was
TV.
nuts.
When you got that far, you're part of
You
the
know you're going to
production.
be on TV.
Right.
And that wasn't about being on TV.
No.
It was just about, Englishtown. And you guys went to Englishtown a lot.
Yeah.
A real lot.
Yeah.
So,
This was as
this
big
was-
as a national event
yeah,
at the time.
it was just, it really got real at that point in time. At 16, it did. Then all of a sudden, now he's in the finals.
Right?
What?
Yeah.
Are you sick? Are you crazy? What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's in the finals.
Against a local
2
guy.
cars.
Another stick car,
Yeah.
another Mustang.
2 cars.
Jimmy
out of-
Chahalis, we
Yeah.
became great friends with
Good
him.
dude. Good
Local
dude.
guy from down there.
And I knew the previous owner of that car prior to him.
Yeah, see, cousin Brian Kachara, we talked about him
Yes,
last
sir.
episode. We're going to get him in here.
Yes, we are.
And I can't remember the name of the shop. That there was a speed shop.
He would have already rattled it off already. You
Right,
know
he would
that.
have, boom, just
Yeah.
knowing that. Like, there was a speed shop.
On this 410th
Down-
Avenue, the building's blue and green, and
Beep, bop,
they
boop.
got a door on the side. It's 452, and
So the finals. I was actually down on the starting line. You weren't. You were on the
No,
wall.
I was
the
doing.
60-foot line.
I was doing the right thing. And
Yep.
Being, they'd only wanted a certain amount of people out there, and I respected that, and whatever. And me and Jack tried to get in, and we couldn't. But whatever. Look, we were still there, and I didn't care.
Yeah.
Trust me, we're on the 60-foot, and there was people all around it. We were just cheering. I said, "That's my buddy out there. Watch this duster take this guy out." Blah, blah, blah. It went back and forth. It was just the energy there was nothing that I could even imagine trying to describe to you.
And then
It's
he
like trying to
lose.
describe.
He loses
Yeah.
the first one. This is
Yeah.
best 2 out of 3 in the
Right.
finals.
Right.
Loses.
Well, was that because of the jump?
We
that the jump?
thought if you watch the video, this
Right.
was this. It wasn't controversial because in the
No.
end, when we went back, it was like, all right,
He left a little.
Jimmy treat him.
Yeah.
Absolutely treat him. But
Yeah.
it got heated on the line, and that's edited out of the episode. If you watch
Right.
the full episode, it's a
Right.
little bit longer where
But
it
these
got
are
heated between his crew and our crew.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
it was getting.
But those are hot laps. You come back, you make a pass, you get right back in line, and you go. You know.
There's a scene in that video and in the episode where Cousin Brian is in Emilio's driver's side window.
Get your head in the game.
Get your head. And he's like, I got it. And right there, if you watch the in-car video of that second pass,
Vengeance.
you watch how hard Emilio is ripping that shifter.
Yeah.
That he realized that I got to get back in this.
Yeah.
And he took the second one by 3.
Yeah.
3 lengths. Crowd goes apeshit.
Yeah, that car wakes up on the big end.
Apeshit.
Wake.
We're talking about Mopars on the Rocket Radio here, but
Look, that car's an exception. That's a small block stick that runs mid-9s.
I can tell you every inch about that car.
That car is insane.
393
That might be
cubic
like
inch,
that
small
might
block
be the
Mopar.
6th car in my garage.
Oh, so you know what?
There you go.
Do we end the burnout box right there?
They got to watch the Pinks All Out video.
We're going to leave it right there. We're not going to tell you about the third race because it was crazy. Again, Emilio got...
Did you ever see Pinks?
You ever see Pinks? Brian, the 2-finger Senate. That's it. We're laughing. We're done here.
Yep.
Rocket Radio,
Yep.
the Rocket Report, Cassan Performance. I'm Dr. J, as always, with Steve Minore.
Uh-huh.
Have a safe flight, my friend.
Yes.
What's the email? One more time.
Casam Performance, man. CASAM Performance at SBCglobal.net.
That's going to do it. We're going to get this one up and online, and you're going to be listening to this hopefully Thursday and Friday. Check out those predictions. If you want to send in your prediction, shoot.
Yeah,
I can't
send
even
it.
talk.
Shoot,
I
shoot
got
it.
the cupcake in my mouth.
you got
Send
sugar high.
Steve an email
Sugar
with your
high,
predictions of those
sugar
lot
high.
numbers. Just to recap, those lot numbers on Friday, lot 421, Saturday 674, Saturday 686.1, and Saturday 736.
You might catch a glimpse of me standing next to the car.
Well, that's right. If you remember, 421 on Friday, Steve's going to be pretty involved in that one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Make sure you check out Steve. Barrett Jackson, Florida, this weekend,
Watch.
April 12th to the 15th.
Watch for us.
You're the best, brother. We did it again.
Yeah.
We're
Next
out
year-
of here.
Next year you're going
Rocket
with me.
Radio.
Going with me next year.
We're coming
buddy.
back in a couple weeks for the recap from Barrett Jackson, Dr. J, Steve Minore. As always, until next time.
Later, guys.
All right, brother.
Later.